I wanted to release this restaurant roadmap, 7 techniques to rank your restaurant on Google. So this is a really valuable piece of product that we released a couple months ago, and basically it's what we teach our VIP clients how to rank their Google Places listings. And if you don't have a Google Places listing, they're free to get, and they're almost necessary. If you hear the buzzwords like SEO, this is basically what SEO is for the restaurant and local retail market world. So very, very important stuff. And the power of local SEO is that if you do a few of these techniques we're talking about correctly, your restaurant will get bumped up in the rankings, which is a lot more traffic for you and a lot more customers usually. So it's pretty powerful stuff here. And also we're going to do a little Q&A at the end, so write down any questions you might have. This kind of gets a little complicated, but I'm going to try to keep it as simple as possible here. But very, very important stuff, and I hope you enjoy. So let's get into it. Skip that one. So basically, this is what we teach our core clients. If you haven't done so, again, claim your restaurant Google Places. It's google.com/places, and again, it's free. It's really necessary for success online nowadays. So you have your Google Places page. Now, how do you get to rank 1 on Google? I'm going to give you 7 proven techniques that we use to grow our clients' restaurants here. And this isn't something we made up. These are tried and tested essentials that all types of businesses use to dominate their local market. The good news is the internet is a relatively open field, and not a lot of restaurants are really taking advantage. So if you want to get an edge over your competition, this is an amazing technique to do that. The big chain restaurants do it all the time, and they have in-house dedicated teams to internet marketing, of course. So that's why we're here. I want to give you the edge you need to get your restaurant found online. So here's what we do step by step. And you can't pause this video because this is live, but we are going to record this so you can watch it again and again, take notes, and we can talk about some Q&A at the end here. But technique number 1 we teach, and this is the core of internet marketing and that not a lot of people do, is you want to generate a targeted keyword list. And I'll go into what this means. Keywords are the words or phrases that your customers type in Google to find your restaurant. So, for example, Mexican restaurant New York, that's what they're typing in Google. Or fine dining Boulder, Colorado. Now that exact phrase, the way the order it's in and the way it's presented and the words that are in it is the actual keyword. So they call that a keyword phrase. So we want you to build a list of strategic keywords for your roadmap and using the following techniques we're going to go through here. So go to adwords.google.com/keyword tool, and you could do this later if you want. And this is basically the tool that we use, and it's free again, to research what are the best keywords for your market. So you're going to pick 10 to 20 keywords. We want medium to low competition, and we want about 500 to 10,000 local searches per month. Now, when you type in, whatever type of restaurant you are and what you think your keyword is, type it in the Google keyword tool, and then Google will come up with a bunch of suggestions for you. So you want to sort through these suggestions and look for the medium to low competition keywords. And then you also want to look for the 500 to 10,000 local searches. That way it tells you that there's not that much competition there, but there's enough traffic where I can actually get to the first page. See, what this technique does is it basically takes you away from actually focusing on the wrong keywords, which a lot of restaurants and businesses end up doing. They focus on the high competition keywords and don't really get anywhere. I'd rather you be dominant in 10 to 20 what we call long tail, smaller keywords, and dominate those and get a bunch of traffic. Because again, all the chains and a lot of the the restaurants that are up on this are competing on the high competition keywords. So this is a great technique that you can do to find the right keywords. So now you have your keywords. They're not that much competition. How do we use them to rank your page? Let's get into that. Again, most restaurants don't know how to do this. They just throw up their places page without researching their keywords. This is going to give you a big advantage, and this is the technique that will give you leverage and advantage over your competitors. So here's technique number 2. So you got your keywords. Now what do you do with them? When you go to Google Places and or any of the other local search sites like TripAdvisor, this goes the same for Yelp and everything else, you're going to want to customize your categories, and we'll talk specifically about Google Places. You get 5 categories. So you want to pick the 3 that are most relevant, and for the last 2, choose custom category and enter 2 of your best keywords. So what this does is Google puts a very high priority on the categories list. So when you tell them that you're a Mexican restaurant, New York, that exact keyword, if that's a medium to low competitive keyword, then they're going to bump you up in the ranking for that specific keyword. And your Google Places page and possibly your website, if you again use these keywords in your website, will get bumped up as well. So that's a huge technique, and a lot of people forget that you can actually use a custom category, which is very, very powerful. A key strategy here: make sure they appear exactly like they are on your keyword roadmap. Don't change around the order, don't change around abbreviations or anything like that. Google wants them exactly the same. Technique number 3. So we talked about you can add your keywords to your category. You can also add your keywords to your description, which is what Google and a lot of these places online give you to talk about your restaurant. So you don't want to overdo it too much. There is such thing as over optimization, but optimizing basically means you strategically place your keywords in your descriptions, and this goes for everything: titles, names of photos, everything, videos you're doing on YouTube. So you want to make sure you're optimizing but not over optimizing, which is huge. And a big thing you can do is look at your local market, see how many times, if you really want to get deep in this, and this is what we do, see how many times they're using that keyword. If they're using it 3 times, then you should use it 3 times. If they're using it 6 times, use it 6 times. So basically you're going to strategically place 1 to 2 of your best keywords in the description of your restaurant. And again, keep it entertaining, keep it value driven, keep it relevant. Don't make it just a bunch of keywords that makes no sense to anybody. So Google is getting smarter and smarter, and they really want you to be value driven before keyword optimizing. So this alone will boost your ranking immensely, but we're going to go into some more things. Again, I just said this, but don't go overboard with your keywords. Google knows when you're trying too hard. Technique number 4, and this is huge, is uploading 10 photos and geotagging them. So I'll go into what this means here, geotag. But basically you want to upload 10 of your best photos. They give you 10 slots, so pick the 10 best ones. And a lot of people, for whatever reason, neglect to do this. But even if you don't have amazing photos, any photo will do at this point, because Google likes photos. They just bought YouTube. They like videos, so photos and videos are a huge strategy for marketing. And the key strategy here is you're going to want to change the name of each photo when you upload it. Change the name of the photo to a different keyword. So we talked about that roadmap that you create with the AdWords tool. So each of these 10 different photos should have a different keyword, and again, this will tell Google, hey, these guys are a Mexican restaurant in New York, and they're going to boost your rankings for those kind of keywords. Also, you can go to Flickr, FLICKR.com, and this is owned by Yahoo, and this is huge as well for Google and everyone else. And this is what we call geotagging. So again, you're going to upload the same photos with the same exact keyword names, which is huge, because that way it tells Google, hey, this is the same, same guys own these photos. And then you're going to click on each of your photos and select add this to your photo to your map. And then you're going to type in your restaurant address exactly like it is on Google Places. So this is important. Again, Google likes to see that you have the same exact address on Yelp, the same exact address on TripAdvisor. If you abbreviate street one place and then don't abbreviate it the other, that's a small penalty. So make sure all of your addresses are lined up properly. But the same thing with this Flickr and geotagging. You want to make sure that when you type in your address, it's exactly like it is on Google Places. So here's an example: 2600 Virginia Avenue, Chicago, Illinois. So that's a great address. Make sure Avenue is AVE, make sure Illinois is IL. Just be consistent all the way around. So what happens is Google finds these photos, and again, your place gets a rank in keyword search there, which is great. Technique number 5, and we touched on this a little bit, they give you up to 5 videos to add to Google Places. Now, again, I mean, you can add as many as you want, and we highly recommend trying to add at least once a month. That's what we do for our clients. But Google just bought YouTube, so this is a huge deal for them, and they're actually trying to translate all of the videos on YouTube into text so they can start doing what we're talking about right now, SEOing. So this is a huge wave of the future, and when they see videos on your Google Places page, it's definitely gives you some authority. So it's something you want to do. Don't worry if you don't have videos yet. Don't be intimidating. I'm going to give you some few tools you can use to make quality videos for free, and they don't have to be spectacular and super professional. The most viral videos right now are videos of cats and kids and people having fun. So yet you do want to think of your brand, but again, you are a big part of your restaurant marketing is your personal brand, and people want to see that you're a real person. So it's okay that they're not super high quality as long as your personality is coming through. So here's a tool you can use called animoto.com, and this basically is a free tool you can use to animate some of your videos. So if you make a video and you want to add some music and transitions and things like that, that's a really great tool to kind of spruce up the professionality of it for you. Also, if you want, you just start with the pictures you have already and then adding some free theme music in the background. That's a great way to kind of start a video without actually having to shoot and get out your flip camera, get out your phone. Again, when you add these videos to YouTube and Google Places, make sure the description and the title have some of your exact keywords from your roadmap, and you want to kind of mix them up. Don't use the same keywords for every video. That's why we said pick about 10 to 20, and then when you get to 10 to 20 videos, you can start looking, adding more keywords to your roadmap. Get up to 40, get up to 50 keywords. So this will be very powerful for you. Again, this is a big competition breaker. Not many restaurants have videos, and this is a wide open market for a lot of restaurant areas. You can get instant traffic in a lot of markets just by using YouTube. And again, if they see your videos on YouTube and they're linked to your Google Places, they'll give you a big boost in your Google Places rank, which is huge. So technique number 6, you want to create 10 different links on your authority websites. Now what we're talking about links, and you see all these little icons here, there are tons of websites out there, especially that do local searches. You have City Search, TripAdvisor, Google Hotpot, we talked about Flickr, you have YouTube, Yahoo Local, Google Places, which we want to focus on, local.com. Some of these are paid. You don't have to do that if you don't want to. There's Foursquare now. There's tons. So what we want to do is start strategically creating other accounts on authority websites. And how you do this, so what basically links are referrals from other authority websites. So you're going to be putting a link to your Google Places page from these other websites here, and what this is telling Google is other websites are linking into your page, meaning that people like your content and people like your website. So your restaurant may be already listed. You can actually go to alexa.com, it's alexa.com, type in your website and even type in your Google Places and see what websites are linking into you. So this is kind of important for you to know, so that when you do start to build what we call links for your restaurant, you can see your progress. So when you claim your listings on these different websites, make sure, again, your description, categories, address, every detail, phone number is exactly the same. That way, again, the name of your restaurant, how you name it, how you spell it. This tells Google, these are the same guys, they're the same location, and we're going to give them more authority here. Again, tells your restaurant the details, tells them you're trusted, and it boosts your rankings. Technique number 7, this is huge, and this is a huge topic we've been talking about in a lot of these webinars, is reviews. What do reviews do besides obviously tell your customers that this is a great restaurant to come in? Reviews in the search engine world tell Google that a lot of people are dining at this restaurant, and it doesn't really matter if they're good or bad reviews, but obviously you want to try to get the good ones. But the point here for this presentation is that the more reviews you have, the more authority Google gives your website. And they are becoming more and more important. Google knows if you make fake reviews, as does Yelp. They have filters, they have technology now, so don't try it. Get your real customers to write real reviews, and it's very, very easy to do. I'll give you some techniques that we use to do that. Again, we're going to teach you some techniques to get a constant stream of reviews from your customers. This is huge. This is one of the best things we do for our clients. One of our packages, we do try to get up to 25 positive reviews in 90 days, which is huge. So that's kind of a standard benchmark you want to set for yourself. But if 25 sounds like a lot, shoot for 5. 5 is a good number that will get you above the mark. So start with your regulars. Ask them to do it in your restaurant if you can. That's always a good place to start. Most people are going to need some kind of incentive, however. So what we do is run a promotion for your customers, either via email marketing. If you have a strong email list, that's even easier. If you don't, you can do some kind of check presenter in your restaurant, or something. If you're a quick service restaurant, something on checkout. But for example, do some kind of contest. Win 2 Angels tickets for writing a review about us. And don't say positive or negative. Just say write a review. And what this does, especially in the review world, a lot of people that write reviews, write the negative reviews, and the people that don't write the reviews are usually your customers that like you. It's kind of a weird dynamic that a lot of restaurants are fighting with, and just because people need some kind of incentive, and usually the people that are pretty pissed off at your restaurant for whatever reason, we all know it happens, have that motivation to go write it. And the people that love your restaurant, sometimes they just don't have the motivation to do it, so you need to give them some kind of incentive to go and write that review for you. So a good key is to get them to do it right then and there. iPads work if you have one. That's a great idea as well too. But you want to be careful if they don't have a Yelp account or a Google Local Places account, because you can start to get flagged. So don't get a bunch at once. Just start dripping your reviews in day by day. And don't add them yourself. Don't take a customer review via their actual them telling you and then write it for them. Google knows your IP address. They know it's not your account, etc., etc. Also, if you have, like we talked about, a Facebook fan page, if you have a couple thousand people there, or if you have a strong customer email list, you can blast out a nice contest or a promotion. That's what we do, with a link to your Google Places page. And that's the easiest, quickest technique to do that. Again, if you don't have a strong fan page or email list, stay tuned. In the future, we're going to reveal some list building techniques. Last webinar, we did some great social media techniques on how to stay in relationship with your customers and get them engaged. So that's it for the presentation today. We hope you enjoyed this video. We certainly hope this helps your SEO and your restaurant ranking. I'm going to open this up to some Q&A if you have any questions here. Also, I wanted to give those of you on the webinar a special offer today that we are re-releasing just for you guys. If you go to tablesumo.com/RRM, which is Restaurant Roadmap, there's a this kind of takes what this presentation is and goes deeper. And there's a whole video training series on more detail about keyword research, how to do that, some promotion templates that you can use to get reviews in your restaurant. So check that out. And there's a code you can enter, Quick Start, to give you 50% off of that, which is a great deal. So again, thanks for being here. Let's open it up for Q&A. If you have any questions, go ahead and type it into the chat box here, and I'll get to them in order as soon as I can, and I appreciate it. We have, okay, I'll ask Ashley as an easy one here. Can you list the AdWords link again? Sure. The AdWords link is AdWords, AdWords.google.com, and then it's /keyword tool. I'm actually going to type this into everyone here. And that's the free. It's a free tool. They want you to create an account. You don't have to create an account. If you do, it's a free account anyway. But you just go ahead and type your keywords in that tool, whatever you think they are, and Google will give you a whole list of auto suggestions that they think that will fit to your description. So kind of look through those, and you can sort them. Again, find the medium and low competitions that have a decent amount of traffic. And then Brian asking about the webinar on social media. You know what? We have we weren't able to record that webinar, but we have I did a video that basically sums up the 5 techniques we talked about. So I'll find that link for you, Brian, real quick and send that to you. You can kind of go through that on your own time. And if anyone has any questions on social media, you know, we can go through some of those as well too. Nilia is asking about, yeah, we actually have this webinar on recording, so hopefully we'll be able to upload it to YouTube, and I'll get it out to you guys so you can kind of review some of these techniques, Nilia. Also, for the videos, if you go on my YouTube channel, just go to YouTube and type in Jerome Chiaro. There's a whole bunch of marketing videos and a lot of these questions that you guys are asking about here as well. You can research later. You're welcome, Nilia. Okay, Wade says, I have a restaurant in a small town of less than 3,000 and business has dropped. There are too many restaurants there. How do I make mine the hotspot? So that's a tough question, Wade. You know, what I like to teach right now is social media. You know, social media is a big way you can connect with a lot of people. An advantage you have, you know, for your restaurant, for being a small independent restaurant owner, advantage over the chains and advantage over the restaurants that have been there a while, is that you have a personality. You know, you're a real restaurant owner, and that alone, you know, building personal relationships with your clients can get you a good following, and that's the advantage you have as a small business owner. So what social media can do is allow you to bring your personality to the web and really engage your customers and talk to them. So if you can start to, you know, get people on Facebook, and again, what these guys are asking about, some of these techniques here we've talked about on different webinars. Start to build your Facebook list, start to engage with them, and really, you know, make it personal and let everyone, you know, make everyone know who Wade is. And that, you know, that's, I think, the biggest way that there's an opportunity, at least in the online world right now. Hope that answers your question. Mike asks, what is the best type of Facebook page to create? And clarify this if you can, Mike, but I think you're talking about a personal page versus a business page. And you know, personal pages used to be okay, but Facebook really is pushing you more and more towards the business page. And the advantage of the business page is, you know, you can schedule posts and you can have as many, business page, you can have as many followers basically on there as you want. But basically a key that you can take away from this discussion is you want to create a special app, a special landing page, and there's a app called shortstackapp.com. I'll type this in for everyone. And where you can create free apps. So basically, if you want to do like a nice coupon, or if you want to do some kind of contest, like the contests we were talking about, you can set those up. They're pretty easy to do in ShortStack. And basically, what it allows you to do is, whenever you're sending traffic, if you're doing Facebook advertising, or if you're sending customers to your website with a QR code to your Facebook page, you send them to that app instead of your homepage, because your homepage, it doesn't really capture any attention. There's too much going on. But if you send them right to that ShortStack app with, you know, basically what we do is like our page in order to receive this coupon, or like our page in order to enter this contest. That way you can really start building those likes. So I guess the answer to your question is the best type of Facebook page is a business page with some critical apps on there. So Hope that answers your question there. James is asking about started as a GM of 2 restaurants that got off to a rough start with reviews. Any advice around that? Yeah, James, there are a lot of restaurants in the same spot, especially good restaurants that again haven't been active in engaging their customers to get reviews and have just been getting bad reviews, or what happens a lot of times is they'll filter the good reviews and only let the bad reviews through because the bad reviews happen to be from elite people on Yelp. So again, what you can do to proactively, there's no way to get the negative reviews off there. We all know that. You can pay for their service and respond to the bad reviews, which some people have had success with. But what we teach is creating some kind of incentive for your real customers, for your good customers, to write a review. And you don't have to say positive review. It can be, just write a review for us, but again, give them some kind of incentive to do so. And try not to blast that promotion all at once to your whole customer base, because if you get 20 positive reviews in one day, Google and Yelp and all these guys are gonna it's gonna draw a red flag. So just again, you can ask them personally to do it, or you can buy somebody an appetizer, or if you want to get a strong email campaign going, just send that email promotion to segments of your list. Christy Fraser's asking, do you have a list of the sites that do reviews, or is there a site that gives a list of all of them? Yeah, Christy, I don't know of an actual, I'm sure there are lists out there if you Google them, but I know the main ones you want to focus on obviously are Yelp, Google Places, and then Foursquare is coming up as well too. It really just depends on what your niche is. A lot of the higher end restaurants like to do TripAdvisor, so kind of look where your competitors are. And another key to this, and it's a good point to bring up, is that you don't want all of your reviews piled in one place. Usually you kind of want to spread them out. So once I get 5 on Google Places, then I want to take 5 to TripAdvisor. And once I get 5 on TripAdvisor, then I want to take them to Yahoo local places. So kind of spread them out a little bit, which helps your search engine ranking. And once you have a decent base going, find out what's getting the most traction for you and where most of your clients are, and start to build up that one. Lily is asking, how can I possibly target a certain region to promote a restaurant? Oh, Christy, you're welcome. Clarify that if you can, Nilia. Do you mean what kind of region targeting are you talking about? Are you talking about how to target a specific area online instead of just across the whole board? Okay, yeah. So if you're I see you're from Oakville. So if you're trying to target a restaurant in Oakville, how do you separate that from a national campaign? Basically, you want to make sure that it depends on 2 things. If you're just doing organic search engine, like we're talking about right now, you're going to want to use the keyword Oakville, or use the keyword whatever county you're in your search term. So that's always going to be part of your search term. That way you can niche it down. So if if your term is Mexican restaurant New York, that would be the search term, instead of Mexican restaurant. Well, see, it would be New York City, or Mexican restaurant Philadelphia, or something like that. And you can even get it down to the town if you want to do, if there's a big enough market for that. So basically, the key for the organic search is to make sure that the actual region is in your search term, whether it's the county or city or town or whatever Google is kind of auto-populating for you. Now, for actual Google advertising, if you want to do pay-per-click, which is powerful, or if you want to do Facebook advertising, they actually give you a section where you can target by region. So you can literally put whatever keyword you want to, and they'll target the region for you. And that's a pretty powerful tool you can use as well. But basically what you want to do is make sure that whenever somebody is in your region and they're typing in Mexican restaurant, your restaurant's popping up. So if they're in the region and they're typing Mexican restaurant, and they don't have to type Oakville, they don't have to type the region, it will actually auto-populate for you, but you on your end have to make sure your region is in your keyword as well. And there's some different things too. The closer that Google Places looks at your address, so the closer you are to the epicenter of that city or that county, the more points you get. But you really kind of have no control over that one. So, but that's just kind of how they work. You're welcome. Tenzing's asking, how can I make my restaurant famous, or how can I make media to attract my restaurant? I wish Clint was on for this one, because he has some really good stuff around how to use local TV, how to get local TV spots for free. So we're going to be doing that webinar eventually. And but I can tell you from again from a social media perspective, that's working really well right now. A lot of this is attraction marketing and attracting people to your restaurant. So it's all about list building. You want to get your Facebook, you want to get your email into the thousands, and once you do that, you can kind of push your traffic around. So you can send your traffic to Yelp. You can send your customer base to Twitter if you want to start building a Twitter account. You can send your customer base to Pinterest. But you need that core group. You need to start getting people online. And once you get that core group, you can start to do, we talk about in some of these other webinars and videos, contests. You can actually run a contest. At the end of the contest, once they sign up, you give them a share button. And the share button, again, along with some kind of incentive to share, basically when they hit that share button, it shares it with all of their friends. So not only now do you have 1,000 people that are signed up for your contest, but you have 1,000 people times the number of their friends. So if they have 200 friends on average, now you're do the math up to tens of thousands. So it gets powerful really, really fast. And then if those people sign up for the contest and then share your contest as well too, you're getting all of their list to check out your restaurant as well. So that's a great technique to use for social media. And again, there's some great videos on their YouTube channel that you can check out to learn that. Great. Is there any other questions here? I think that's it for today. Thanks for stopping in, everyone. Really enjoyed having you, and thank you for the questions. Great questions today. So yeah, we'll be around if you ever want to chat. I do some free strategy sessions on occasion, so you can call our 1-800 number and check out what the availability is, and I'll give you the 1-800 number here. It's 1-877-592-1260. Love to talk to you. Great. Well, signing out, everyone. Have a great day.